Life Examine product reviews. Let's get started. The first item that we're going to look at is the hand grip strengthener for grip strength trainer. It's 22 to 132 of tension, and it's adjustable. It has resistance. It's for your forearm. It's for your workout. It's for rehabilitation. It's for athletes, climbers, as well as musicians that want to get their forearms stronger for playing their instrument. And it's going to come inside a package like this. If it's the only item that you're going to order, they won't use the whole box. And here we have it. And the company is Unfanme. I'm not sure if that's the way you pronounce it. It's UFANME. And terrible plastic. Terrible. TEAR. And here it is. And you might be used to seeing one of these from the 80s fitness crazes with Jack LaLanne and such, where you can squeeze and get your forearm stronger. But unlike those, these have a knob right here. You could get this on Amazon for about $7, $6.99. And the more you twist counterclockwise, the easier it gets. And when you turn clockwise, the harder it will become. Here you have this spring here, this coil in the middle, holding the pieces together. So that's different from the ones that we're used to seeing if you were around in the 80s and even in the 90s. And another thing that makes this forearm strengthener stand out is the fact that it has a counter on it. So for each squeeze, so every time you squeeze, the counter will go up, which can help you when you're keeping track of how many you've done on each side. Your right arm, you do a few, and then your left arm, you do another. And you want to keep visual tally of how many you've completed. This might be good for anyone who wants to get a proper arm workout and they're on the run and they don't want to necessarily splurge on a product like this. They might even include two so they could do both hands at the same time. But if you don't mind waiting, then one will suffice. And you do get a sound from it when you do squeeze because the material is plastic. It feels like rubber. And on top of the plastic, there's rubber to make it easier on your hand. Aside from that, it's plastic. It's a hard plastic. It's well made. It can be dropped. I wouldn't drop it more than 10 feet up high. And if you want less tension, then you're going to twist it so it's adjustable. Unlike the ones before, like I mentioned, they weren't adjustable. So whatever tension it was default, that's where it stayed throughout the life of your product. This might be useful also if you're playing tennis. This might be useful also if you're playing basketball, because not only is your forearm being engaged when you're using it, but also your wrist. And those are two sports that you use your forearm and your wrist when you're swinging. And it's a part of the body that many people that lift weights or are exercising don't usually take time to consider. But a strong forearm, it aesthetically looks better. And not only that, but you'll see that when you're recovering from an injury or you're rehabilitating, you will need strong forearms in general. Also, for those of you who are boxers, if you want to reduce pain, I don't know how well this is to reduce inflammation, but it's also important as we get the image sorted out. Bear with us. Get a few seconds. Yeah. Another thing about this is you can actually reset the counter by twisting on the bottom here, and it'll take you back to 0. You can also, you can twist the numbers forwards and backwards, ascending and descending. Does it feel good to the hand? Yes. Are these as tight as the ones that were just a fixed tension in the 80s and 90s? Not necessarily. So you can adjust it. You can adjust it up to a certain level. I am trying to get it as tight as possible by turning it clockwise, and that's as far as it'll go, but it's still not as tough as the ones that I'm used to. But you might like something like that. My hands, as you see, are pretty big, and in glove size, I'm extra large, and my hands go all the way around it. I can hit my thumb just by squeezing it there. But it's a nice little gadget to have around. You can also toss it in your gym bag, include it as part of your workout if necessary. And the size of this might be, I would say, about maybe 5 inches, maybe 5.5. I don't think it has any parts that you remove. I don't see any replaceable parts except for this spring here. That is something that adds the tension to it, but it looked like it's a well-made product and a good upgrade on something that has been around for a long time. And someone decided, well, how about if we already put a counter on the product itself, just like you see in some gym machines, right? I know a lot of Lifetime fitness machines will now have a counter on it when you go to gyms like Planet Fitness, and I assume some others, but I can't confirm it. But there it is. This is, if you're going to search for it on Amazon, you can just search hand grip strengthener. It's the one that has about 90 ratings at about 4.5. And they all seem to be ratings seem to be positive. Depending on where you are, this can come the same day or the next day. They also have a set of 2 that you can buy for $10. They also have a full arm workout for machines and also products just like this for about $27. So for some of you, that might be overkill, but for some of you, it might not. You might just want to work the forearm and the elbow and the wrist. Well, they also have a package that includes that. But if you just want a quick, efficient workout of your forearm, and you'll notice results probably maybe 2 times using it. Your forearms getting bigger, not Popeye big, but because this is just not, the tension is not that much. But if you up the reps, you can definitely start seeing some results that way. And there it is. That's the hand grip strengthener. I'm looking for a product company name. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's what I said before, Ufanme, and it says metal. It just doesn't feel like metal. Maybe they're just talking about the spring. And this is under the gym, workout, sports, and outdoors section when you are going to order. And it's very light too. So if you're concerned about adding more weight to your gym bag, this is something you can even throw in your work bag and work your arms out during your lunch periods, your breaks. But also, it's something that if you just want better grip strength, it's something that it's not talked about much, but you just want to be able to carry more bags. Leaving Walmart or the grocery store, after you do a few sets of these, you'll realize that I don't have to make 2 trips to the car to get all the bags, even when you get home, because you'll notice that you now have all the strength that you need in your forearm without eating a can of spinach. That's a Popeye reference. Let's move on to the next product. Okay, so the next product we have is from and these names just keep getting stranger and stranger. This is the Fobelli, FBL Fobelli EVA travel storage case for Canon EOS Rebel T7 DSLR camera, and it holds an 18 by 55 millimeter lens. It has a protective waterproof casing. This is a carry bag, and in this carry bag will come this strap that's padded. Throw it around your shoulder, throw it around your neck, put one arm around it. Through it, it will act as a sling, and it has a rubberized grip that you can take with you wherever you need to go. And it's well made, I'll say that. I like the bright colors on the zipper. It just makes it easy to find, when a lot of these cases are black. So if you have numerous cases and they all have a uniform color, which is black, this will make it a little easier to find because the zipper lining coating is red, and also the zipper covering is red also, with the name of the brand, FBL Fobelli. And opening it up, you'll see right away one of my cameras is inside of here. It does fit with the lens on, and it also has space on the side for another lens or for any accessories like batteries that you might have, memory cards. But you can also use this waterproof case protection on top and flip it over like that. But once you close it, it will automatically be on top, so you don't have to worry about adjusting it. I don't think you could take it off to clean it because it's attached to the product, to the case. And right here, you'll have a compartment where you can put more wires, maybe some USB cables, maybe even a flash can fit in there, maybe not. It'll probably bang on the top there. You could definitely fit memory cards on there. You can probably put your batteries, more extra batteries in here. Traditionally, I carry a battery charger inside here, and whatever other camera accessories that's not too oversized. And the other reason you don't want to carry so many things in here, or any camera case, is because you don't want it squished up and messing up your expensive camera equipment. So this is the FBL Fobelli carrying case. If you buy it on Amazon, it's going to be about $25, and you could get it the same day. And it varies depending if you live closer to an area where they do a lot of shipping. Cities are big for Amazon, and that the deliveries are usually guaranteed more expedient because of the amount of people that they deliver to. Keep that in mind when ordering, or you're going on vacation and you need a case and you're going to a city. It might get there sooner than it will get to where you live if you live in a more remote area. Also keep in mind, this is the case only. Don't be fooled by the picture. The camera does not come inside of this case. It's also, like, if you get it from Amazon, it gives you 30 days to return it. You don't need a receipt. You just, because you already have it online, you just have to take it to one of the Amazon pickup places, and UPS is good for that, as well as many of your local stores. You just have to do a quick search on the Amazon platform. And this is how it looks on the side. It does come with these snaps that will just catch on to the right and left of this case. Let's see. The product itself is 1.5 pounds, probably a little less. They're probably counting some of the packaging that came inside of this. I would say probably a little more than 1 pound, but less than 1.5 pounds. And this is important for people who want to add the weight of the camera along with the case when incorporating how much weight they want on their back while traveling. But most people that carry heavy cases have some kind of rolling case that makes it easier for them to travel with. This is made in China. It does have that lovely smell that they might have to warn some people in California about because of environmental issues as well as some health issues that they need the consumer to be made aware of. And a lot of that has to do with the way that they coat and paint the bag. And just by frame of reference, just don't go sniffing the bag and inhaling with proper inhales. Dimensions 5x5x9. You could probably see it clear here. And if you have 2 cameras, I would get 2 cases. I don't think it's a good idea to try to stuff 2 cameras inside here. If you have a lens that's bigger than 18 millimeter by 55 millimeter, I would probably get another case for that. Now, the company doesn't want me to say this, but if I don't see a bigger option from this company, but if you want something for a bigger lens as well as your camera, I would just get a printer case that can fit the body of your DSLR, and also a bigger lens. They have those for the HP printers, and they will fit and they will do as good a job as this. But if you just want something more compact to throw in your bag, maybe a smaller trip, you don't want to take all your lenses, like many photographers like to take all their stuff with them. This is just for a quick separation and organization of your gadgets. So here it is. You'll see it online. It'll have some clearer pictures, but this is what it looks like actually. Actual view of the product. What else can I say about it? It's tough, definitely tough. If by me squeezing it, and I have a very firm grip, it's not, I can't feel the camera inside of here, maybe a little bit if I really squeeze. And it also has a handle that you can just carry with that, carry along with this. The advantages of a case like this, will be a harder case. I wouldn't say it's a traditional hard case, but it's a harder case than a lot of the camera bags that you have in that if something were to hit it or were to fall out of the car, your bike, your scooter, it will survive because of the protective strength of this product. And that's this product gets out of 130 ratings, it get about 4.7 stars, which is good. And a lot of don't be fooled. A lot of these verified purchasers are incentivized purchases, and Amazon has been cracking down on these. But from personal use, I like the way this feels. The only thing that I might be a little bit concerned about is the ends breaking. And if that happens, then you might have to either sew it back on or invest in a new case. Some of you are good with crazy glue, but guess what? It also has another option. And perhaps that's why they gave you 2 options, because maybe they were thinking ahead that these straps at the end might break. The holders, I mean, right there. Or it might not. Depends on how rough your shoots go. Let's move on to the next product. Okay, so the next product I have here is the Kimaru dummy adapter. And this is a dummy battery. It doesn't mean that it was not schooled into traditional ways or even homeschooled in a more traditional way. It means that if you don't want to be worried about your battery wasting while you are using your camera in a fixed environment, or even if you're outdoors and you have a generator, then you get a dummy battery. And they call it a dummy battery because you can't power it up by charging the battery. It has to be connected to a dedicated source, whether it's the wall or a portable source of power. So let's open this up. And let's see what it looks like. So here we get the AC power, DC coupler. You can pair this off with the other piece that's inside. This retails for about $25, $26, depending on how the seller is feeling on Amazon. And in a moment, you're going to see the other part. So the way this works is you're going to put this in right here at the bottom. And now we have to find the dummy battery. And it comes with a lot of information as to warranty information and how to use it. This can all be explained in the literature. So this is the dummy battery right here. And this will go inside here, DC to AC. And you can use this on the Canon Rebel SL2, EOS, of course, SL3, T6i, T6S, T7i, the T8i, the 200D, the 250D, the 800D, the 77D, the 800D, the KISS, X8i, the X9i, and the X10 cameras. And the way this works is it'll go to the bottom, you plug this in, and you don't have to worry about changing batteries because the camera will be plugged in to the wall. It's a great invention, and it will save you a lot of time. You don't have to worry about shutting the camera off every 2 seconds while you're using it to save battery because it's plugged into the wall. Another note that you might have while you're recording with this, have a card, an SD card, inside of your camera while you're using it. So a lot of people will think, well, I can just use it like that. No, you need a video SD card, a memory card inside of your camera so it can work. The camera will not stop saying no card in it. So don't think you're just going to transfer whatever's on the camera to the computer without having a memory card in it. It won't record to the memory card unless you're taking still shots. But if you're recording video, you have to have a memory card in it just as a placeholder to transfer it temporarily. But to get it on the computer, you need to have a memory card in it, even if you're just using it to transfer the video and not save it on the memory card. I hope that makes sense. Here it is. I have about 3 of these in different locations, and it works. It works well. Some companies don't have products like this that work as good as others, but this is a good company. I would say Kimaru, Kimaru. Also check to see that it fits your camera, because as you know, Canon EOS cameras, a lot of them, just a slight variation in model will not work on the next one. So even though it's an EOS camera, a T6i camera many times will not work on a T6S. So you'll have to return it and buy another one, or just get stuck with a product that does not work on your camera. So just take that in mind before you order. But it's a beautiful product, and it usually ships within a day, and you'll get it within a day depending on where you're living and how much business they do in that area and how many delivery drivers they have available. So, and when it's turned on, you'll have a blue light that will go on here, and it'll tell you that it's working. You don't have to charge it because it's plugged into the wall. If you see that it doesn't take the first time that you connect it to the wall, just take the plug out like that and turn it around, and then it'll be ready to work. The wire itself is tied with one of these banana wires. And let me show you the length. So from battery to base, let's see. I would say that's about 7 feet from battery to base. And then it also has more room to go to the wall AC. So in total, you're looking at about 10 feet, and maybe even a little more. I would say maybe even 12 without getting up and measuring it, which is a lot of room. So in case you have a shoot and you just want to use this camera, you're shooting remotely or having somebody else shoot for you remotely, this is probably something that you can use without an extension cord, depending on how far away you are from your AC power source. But I like it. It's a good product. The only thing is that sometimes they're not too accurate with the models that it works on. So I would just, even if you do a search for, I want something to work on the Canon Rebel T7 or TSI, then just check within the questions to see if that's something that really works for that product, because sometimes it's just off. It's just not true. So if you're not familiar with this, the way this will work, this will go inside where the other battery will go, just like a regular battery, and then you just close the lid. And there's some space here on your camera that you can curl this to the side, so you can actually close your camera battery port comfortably and turn the camera on. I recommend you turn the camera off before you put this on, but some people don't think it makes a difference. But there it is. This is the dummy battery by the Kimaru company. And yeah, let's move on to the next product. Rolling on through. As far as the guitar goes, a big invention that has been innovated over the last few years is the amp and guitar receiver and transmitter. And that's what I want to show you. You'll see a lot of them online. This one is from the Guitaria, I think that's how you say it, Getaria music company. And it retails anywhere from $35 to $42. Opening it up, comes with instructions for the receiver and the transmitter. And this one has two different colors, unlike some of them that just has uniform color on both of them, either straight silver or gray or black or red or whatever. But this one has one silver and one black. And on it, it says the name of the company, the Guitaria company. And I like that it comes with its own case surrounded by styrofoam. So you could just keep it in here. You don't have to do anything special or find a special case for it. It already comes with its own case. And the way it'll work, it flips out like this, the 6mm end. I like that it's flexible too. Some of them just come with one fixed length and position. This one has, well, it's a fixed length too, but the position you can adjust it. And you charge it on the side here with a USB-C cable, and the power button is right here. And it also has another button in the middle to pair it. So this is the audio transmitter over here. And then looking at the other one, it's the same, and it's made in China. Feels like plastic, cheap plastic. And that's where the carrying case comes in handy, because you don't want this bumping around inside your gig bag, squished in an airplane, squished in the car, in the bottom of wherever you're going, a bottle of whatever you're drinking. You shouldn't drink. But here it is. The power button is such that you slide it on. And as soon as you slide it on, you're going to get the green light over here that is looking for some place to pair. And also with the other one, you get a quick rapid fire green light. And if I were to pair it, I would hold down the pair button until I get a faster blink, just like so. And now it's searching for something to pair with. And this also has a place for the USB-C to charge. Right, so they both come charged. That's also another good thing. And why are these important? Because you might want to play a gig, and even though they promise a certain amount of hours, if you read the reviews, even the more expensive one, the higher end ones at $150, $60, they overpromise but underperform in that respect. Why these are important too is because you don't want wires laying everywhere. And if you have guitar cables, you know how easily they can get in the way. Not only of you walking, but also they add weight to the end of the guitar. And over time, you start noticing sometimes where you plug in your amp to the guitar will start coming off or start unscrewing. With this, you can just leave it on there and produce sound without you having to do a lot of anything else that's extra. Apologize for the video. It'll come back on in a second. Just get used to my frozen face. So what else can we say about this? 280 degrees rotatable, which is good because the input for a lot of guitars can be right on the body or under the body or to the side, and they all come different. So that's why the 280 degrees rotational capability is important. It's something that the designers have to keep in mind when using this. Another reason why you want to use this is because you might want to use your cables for something else, like the microphone. If you don't want to use a wireless mic, or you don't want to have too many Bluetooth devices paired, and you don't have a sound engineer to travel with you to get everything correctly, to pair everything before you get on stage, you might just want to invest in something like this. This works with also electric violins, keyboards, audio mixers, and other microphones. This is reading straight off of their site. This is the GWS-8 wireless guitar system. Another reason why you might want to have this is because you want the flexibility of moving on stage. And also to get back to the amount of time that these last, because most people say you can't go past an hour. Well, most people don't want to play past an hour. Or let's say it promises you 5 hours, but you only get 2 hours. A lot of musicians don't want to go past 2 hours, and that's all they need. But just to be safe, you would get cables to accompany this and don't rely on something that, it costs about $40 to perform in front of thousands of people, 100 people, or even just a class. Because technology works, and when it works, it's great, but when it fails, it fails. Cables are the surefire way to go about it, but Bluetooth has made its way into the music community with devices like this that can free up you as a performer, and also your amp, and also your set space. What else do people say about this? Out of 17,000 plus people that reviewed it, it has a 4.5% favorability rating, which is good. It can come overnight, depending on where you live, the same day or the next day later on. This is the 2.4 gigahertz wireless guitar system, built-in rechargeable lithium battery wireless guitar transmitter and receiver for electric guitar and bass. And you see a lot of the descriptions, they'll just add everything there, like guitar, bass, everything, because that's more of a selling thing. If you just say guitar, you might not know that it's good for the bass also. And also when you're looking for it, it'll just come up easier and faster. And that's probably why you have about 17,000 plus people reviewing it. And I'm sure they were incentivized in some ways, maybe. I'm just going to assume this time. And let's see what else people have to say about this, or the company has to say about themselves. These are rechargeable. This is an upgraded version for 2024. This says it has a higher quality signal than last year's version. It says it has fast charging, supports longer working hours. You'll be the judge of that. I don't have enough experience with these to tell you whether that's true or not. These are usually on sale. I think they're trying to get you to order this over last year's model that a lot of people complained didn't last as long or had problems pairing. A selling point for you might be the fact that you can rotate this 280 degrees. I wouldn't drop these. I would keep this in the case when you're not using it, just because, like I said, the plastic that this is made out of doesn't feel too sturdy, too strong. It says low latency, uncompressed digital transmission, and you just might want to stop. Yeah, you might want to stop some of the noise that wires will make your guitar have if you're too close to each other. So it has a 50% increased battery capacity, so the company says. And it might be something you're just looking to add to your gig bag as something to include. Yeah, it's plastic neck, plastic material, colors black and gray, brand Guitaria. It says it supports 6 sets of devices working at the same time. I don't have enough information to tell you whether that's true or not, but they do promise on working hours being longer. There it is. Oh, it also comes with a USB-C cable. It doesn't come with the brick to charge on one end, but you might not need it because you might have some already lying around the house or hotel room, and you can charge them with it. And it also has a space in the box where you can leave it on there. Let's move on to the next product. I think this is the last one. I'll check. Okay, so in front of me, I have the Eclipse guitar tuner by the company D'Addario. I know they're famous for guitar strings. The D'Addario company has a tuner. Maybe it's D'Addario. 2 D's. Sounds Italian to me. It says quick, accurate tuning, full color display, limitless viewing angles. And here it is. It's a neon lime green variety. You can get this on Amazon. And it also usually arrives pretty fast. They do good business. It's rated by about 13,000 and a half people, out of which 4.5 people have given it a positive rating. And also, yeah, it has a star rating of 4.5, which is good for Amazon. And this is the DiAgeo accessories guitar tuner, Eclipse headstock tuner, clip-on tuner for guitar, great for acoustic guitars, electric guitars, quick and accurate tuning. That's a lot of descriptive. So let's open it right away. It just comes right out. I wouldn't want to sell this up front in a major city in a store because somebody could just steal it. I mean, people steal everywhere, but major cities get the fame. And it immediately, I can tell it's plastic, and it's clip-on, so you can put it on your guitar while you're tuning it, which is a good thing to have. It's battery operated. Before you get started, you have to slide this out from the top. The battery compartment's on the back, and it has one of these batteries. I think this is a 2032 battery. Let's see. It's a CR 2032, yep. 3 volts. And it's going to go on here just like that. I'll put it on, put it in, close it. And so it's not USB chargeable, but I don't think that's a deal breaker. These batteries usually last a long time. And you just hold the power button here in the middle, and you'll see it'll begin to flash. So it's on, and it's looking for the key that you want. Let's see, what key is it on? The notes. And there it is. So you can tune EAD, GBE. You want to make sure you have accuracy of notes while you're playing. Then make sure it's tuned. Yep, it comes in a variety of colors, all which come pretty soon except for the yellow variety. They have green, they have black, they have blue, they have purple, they have red, and they have yellow. The yellow seems to be the one they don't have too many in stock of. It's the #1 bestseller, on Amazon. And it says, tune your guitar or bass with ease. And usually, if you could tune the guitar with it, you could usually tune the bass with it. It has a large screen. It has a strong clamp. Like I said before, you can attach this probably to the neck or the body of the guitar. The name of the model is Eclipse. And it comes in 6 colors. It's 1.44 ounces, so it's not going to make a dent in the weight of your gig bag. It's made in China, like many of these products are. And it works with a lithium-ion battery like we just showed you in the beginning. 1 is required. And this can come in handy if you are on the road and if you don't know how to tune your guitar by ear, or you just want to give this as a gift. This will make a nice gift for someone that's musically inclined or has gigs, or just a beginner in music, as well as someone that is versed in music and is a professional but doesn't want to go online all the time to tune their instrument. Apologize for the video again. And this also tilts. So once the video comes back on, there it is. This also tilts. You can rotate it so it can face you and your instrument, or it can face away from you. You can also take it down whenever you want to, because you're able to clip it on, clip it off. The only thing that I don't like, it doesn't come with a case. So it comes with this, probably to keep costs down, but I don't like when products don't come with cases and just come with a box and just, hey, let's get started, but then we need to put it away. And it's a good marketing strategy, I think, because this way you will lose it. This way, now you have to buy another one. Before you get started, you have to peel off this plastic that's on the front. And now you get the actual screen. And then from there, you could tune your instrument how you need to tune it. You can go up to go to the next note, or you could go down. But all in all, this is a pretty cool product to have. Not only cool, but it's functional. It's useful to tune your instrument with. If I would do something different, I would probably make this USB chargeable. I would probably, I didn't know that. Look, you can also tilt it that way. Wow. Okay, I take that back. It definitely is useful. I just don't like that it's not USB chargeable and that you don't have more buttons on this. Maybe something that will just tune the note as soon as you press it within the device, on top of the device. Well, there it is. It's the audio accessory tuner by the Eclipse, with the Eclipse model for guitar, bass, etc. Number one seller, $15. Put that away for a second. Let's move on to the next product. Because, of course, if we talk about guitars, we're also going to talk about how we keep the guitar from getting damaged. A lot of you spend a lot of money on your instrument, but to keep it safe, but you also want to be stylish. You want to get something that fits your personal style. And nowadays, you can have that covered by investing in protection that also fits your personal style, your stamp of approval on your instrument. So the Ibanez company, which is famous for making guitars, also makes guitar cases like a lot of companies will do. And if a lot of companies are smart, they'll just throw their names on guitar cases because a lot of people want to identify with a personal brand, just like sports teams do with their jerseys, with their players' names on the back of them. Unless you're the Yankees, you just have the numbers. But this is the Ibanez IGB 541 MGN Power Pad gig bag for guitar, for guitar. And they also have one for bass. So make sure you get the one that is for the instrument that you have. This comes in green. This comes in beige. This comes in black. This comes in red. This comes in blue. And they also make a smaller one for a ukulele. This retails for about $60. And they can't give you an accurate shipping date for this product because perhaps they don't have too many in stock. I don't get it. They always say around only 6 left in stock. And this is, the one I'm going to show you is the green one, and it's canvas. And it's almost 2.5 pounds, a little less. And out of 2,000 plus ratings on Amazon, it has 4.7 stars, which is usually a good idea. And this was something that came out in 2016. So it comes in this big box. And with brute force, I'm tearing it open. And there's bubble wrap in the bottom, but I think you believe me. So here it is, with another protective plastic that kids should not choke on. And I hope it fits my guitar. It looks kind of small. But here it is. Doesn't have any strange smells for those of you who are fragrant allergic. Has one pocket here. It's about 6 inches deep. Have another pocket here on top of it, about 8 inches deep, and then another one that's about 10 inches deep, which might be good to hold tablets as well as any other wires or papers, maybe some sheet music you have, as space over here at the top also. It has this faux leather material over here that different. Feels kind of like suede. I don't know what material this is. Does it say canvas? Yeah, canvas. Let's see what's inside. It says woven in tough zipper. Let's open it. And here, the handle has buttons so you can secure it. I like that right there. Open it. Okay, so if you're looking inside, it's padded. It's almost like a firearm case for a long rifle. Might be good for that too. And it also has a strap inside here to secure your instrument so it's not moving while you're transporting it or just resting within your domicile. And what people say about it, they say they like the build, they like how it looks, they like the amount of storage it has, the bag quality, the padding, the value for the money, and the carryability. And that's important. Look at the other side, okay? Both straps are padded. I'll tell you, like, probably the best case that I owned. I like the way it looks. And the reason why a lot of people also have guitar cases is to protect it not only from damage, but from dust. And just keep in mind, to clean a guitar, you might need, you need one of those non-scratch pads, almost like silk, to not damage the body, especially if you have a guitar that's reasonably new or you take very good care of it. You don't want to damage it with some kind of Brillo pad or something like that, or just a regular napkin. That might be too hard and deface it. Let's see. I wonder if it fits my guitar. That's what I want to see. Bear with me. Okay, we're back. All right, so this is the guitar that I have, that I play. This is an Epiphone Les Paul Custom Pro in the color ivory. And this is the Ibanez case that I just showcased for you. Let's put it in here. And when you're putting the strap on the guitar and you put it inside the case, always put the strap to the back of the guitar. Don't let it hang in the front. That's where it could get caught up in the treble and the rhythm buttons and the strings, and it just makes a mess. So now the guitar's inside the case. Let me stand up and show you how it would look. Really can't see much, but there it is. Yeah. Make sure you zipper it all the way up too, because I've seen guitars come out of cases because they're not zippered all the way up. And by all the way up, I mean all the way to the top. Don't let the zippers fall by the bottom. So here it is. Yeah, there it is. Here's the back. I already have more peace of mind knowing that my guitar is in a case such as this. Well, that has been a life examined product review. I will upload this video as soon as possible, and as well as chop them up See you next time.